Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. This is Dr. Marva, and I'm going to be your mentor for this meta-analysis. I think then we're going to start with our introduction. I am a recent medical graduate. I have been doing research for the past 3 years. I have presented at multiple national and international conferences. I have a gold medal for excellence in research as well. And I have done meta-analysis, narrative review, systematic reviews, and network meta-analysis as well.
Right,
So
right.
before we jump into our lecture, there are certain things that I want to clarify. For this particular meta-analysis, we want, we kind of have given this meta-analysis a very high priority. So for this particular topic, we have recruited like not only one but two mentors for you. So one of the mentors is me. I am going to be delivering all the lectures, making you understand all the difficult topics, making you understand all the aspects of the systematic review and meta-analysis, but at the same time for to help you guys to publish in a very good quality journal, we have another mentor with us who is going to take over later, who is going to basically help you with writing the manuscript. He's going to help you with the analysis part. He's going to basically be taking every nits and bits because he is really good, he's really experienced, he has like quite a number of publications. So we wanted you guys to have one of the best experience that IMG Helping has as well. So meanwhile, I will be taking all the lectures. I will be taking, dealing with all the, you can say, technical terms of a meta-analysis and making you understand like different, aspects of a meta-analysis. At the same time, there is going to be another mentor involved as well, and he's going to divide the work among you. He's going to, he's going to divide the work, he's going to review your work, he's going to be taking care of the papers so we can publish it in a high impact journal as well. So I hope you understand that part. Other than that, what I want to convey is, you guys have been told that we have a conference which you guys will be submitting it to, which is on, the deadline is 25th of February, right? It is the World Neurology Conference. So meanwhile, we were, developing the topic for you guys and coming up with one of the, a quite unique, topic which is publishable, and which has like pretty high chances to get it accepted in the app, in the conference as well. So you can see that today is your first lecture, right? Today and yeah, tomorrow. So that makes it like 21st and 22nd of February, but the deadline is 25th of February. So I want you guys, like, your opinion that we can submit the abstract on your behalf. Meanwhile, you guys can, work according to your pace. It doesn't mean we won't be teaching you all the stuff. We won't be teaching you, anything. That's not gonna happen, right? But the only, limitation that happened with this particular group is we are a bit short on time. So what we can do is we can, uh, you know, submit the abstract on your behalf to the conference. Meanwhile, you guys will be working, on your topic, on your manuscript, on your analysis, and then at the time you will be done, I think probably the results will be out as well. So it works in your favor.
So,
So our first lecture is going to be introductory lecture, right? Because again, we are keeping in view that if someone here who doesn't have any experience with the meta-analysis as well can benefit as high as they can, right? So the first lecture is about the introduction to systematic reviews and meta-analysis, right? So the first thing is, have you ever felt lost doing meta-analysis? Initially, I was the same person. I was like, what are these different numbers we are working with? And then we felt like a systematic review is a mountain, is something that I can't do. And but eventually I learned it and it wasn't that hard. So we're gonna learn it today, right? And you can see that I love cats. So I was like, how can incorporate cats somewhere? Anyways, so before jumping into, systematic reviews and meta-analysis, what they are, I just want to give you, a little bit of what is the hierarchy of the scientific evidence, right? So at in the at the base you can see that what are the weakest kind of a research studies that we have, and then what are the strongest studies that we have. So for right now you can see that the weakest kind of the studies that we have are the case reports. We have some opinion papers and letters. And why they are the weakest kind of papers? Because our population, the number of people that is involved is very less, right? So case reports, as you have seen, that they are applicable to hardly 12 people or 10 people. So anything that cannot be generalized to the whole population is the weakest kind of the study, right? Because nowadays we want those kind of studies who can be applicable to everybody across the world. And then on the second, we have the animal trials. Then we have the cross-sectional studies. They are those kind of studies, you usually get that, oh, please fill out this form for me. And these are really hard to publish as well. Then we have the case control studies. We have the cohorts. We have the randomized control trials. These are, happening in the labs. So we are usually getting the data from here. And then in the strongest kind of studies right now are the meta-analysis and the systematic reviews. Why? Because their results are generalizable to the whole population. Again, I am going to repeat myself. Anything that you cannot, generalize to across the world is going to turn out as a weaker kind of a study than compared to, because you need a standard treatment which can become applicable to everyone, right? So meta-analysis and systematic reviews nowadays are one of the strongest studies in the scientific evidence. All right. Then, some people they confuse like what is the difference between a systematic review and meta-analysis, which we can, would like see here. Like they seem quite, they seem like exactly each other. So what is actually a difference? And for your surprise, there is only one difference between a systematic review and meta-analysis, one major difference, which is this thing, right? So what is this thing? This thing is called a forest plot. So a forest plot is the only thing that you can found in meta-analysis, but you cannot find a forest plot in a systematic review, right? As you can see that I have written here, systematic reviews have no forest plot. This is the forest plot. They are Systematic reviews are exactly like the meta-analysis, but they don't have the analysis part. And whenever we do the analysis part, we lead to the making of this forest plot, right? Now, maybe some of the people, they have this question in mind: why do we call it a forest plot? Because if you see, like, just imagine you are in a plane flying over a forest, and all you can see is the tips of the trees in the forest, right? So these dots that you can see, they exactly represent the tips of the, trees that you can make out if you are flying over a forest. That's why we call it a forest plot, right? Very amazing. So on the left side you can see that we are going to discuss the forest plot very in detail, but just kind of give you an idea. On the left side you can see that we have the names of the studies, right, with their years that they were published. And then on the right side we have their odd ratios, right? And then we have certain lines, we have certain ranges for the odd ratios, and we have two lines here. This is a line of nil or zero. So we're going to be discussing this in detail, but just for now, remember that what is the difference between systematic review and a meta-analysis? If somebody asks you, the major is the forest plot. So forest plot is something that looks like this. All right. Now, if we just talk about what are the different type of reviews, we have narrative reviews, we have systematic reviews, we have scoping, umbrella, and mapping reviews, right? But we will be focusing on systematic review because you do systematic and meta-analysis together, right? Right? Your topic is a systematic review and a meta-analysis. Then you have what are the steps for a systematic review and a meta-analysis, right? So the first step, of course, is the research question, right? So you have to have a research question in order for you to, to do a meta-analysis. And then you have to run your search to see if it is feasible. You have to screen for the article. You have to, extract the data. You have to run the analysis. Then you have to write the manuscript, and then you have to submit it to the journal. So today we will be doing this research question thing, right? So, and the rest of it we will be covering like one by one. Just so you know that the first thing is we form a research question, then you will be running your search, you will be screening for the articles, you will be extracting the data, and then you will be running the analysis, and then you will be writing the manuscript, and then eventually you will submit it to a journal to get it published, right? Okay, so this was all about the introduction to systematic reviews and meta-analysis. Now we are going to jump into the research question, right? So usually, how I do is I want you guys not only to, learn here, but you can make your research questions in the future as well. So and I'm going to, tell you exactly what I follow if I'm doing my own researches, like, right? So for me to like from my own topic, I usually follow these 5 steps, and at the end, if I follow them correctly, I hopefully have a research question which I'm going to teach you today. Right. So first of all, the first step, as that stated in this picture, is you have to select your area of interest. And in our particular case, it is going to be neurology, right? So it can be a different as well. If you are interested in dermatology, you can do that, gastroenterology and whatever. So you just have to, select your area of interest. What are you particularly interested in, right? So in our case, it is going to be neurology. The second thing is, when you have selected your area of interest, you have to select a disease, right? So if in neurology, if we just go to the Google and if we write, um, you know, diseases in neurology, so what does it show to us? So, it basically shows us like um, neurodegenerative diseases, it shows us stroke, it shows us seizure disorders, it shows us infections, it shows us movement disorders, headache disorders, demyelinating disorders, and the neurodevelopmental disorders as well. Now, what we're gonna focus on is like you can choose anything from here: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. You can choose anything from this, whatever that interests you. But for today, what interests me is I want to go with stroke, right? So I want, in the area of neurology, I want to know more about, or I want to run a search on the stroke. So I choose stroke. Okay, so I'll come back, and then, for example, I have a sheet with me. So so in the area of disease, I write stroke, right? Now, stroke itself has different types. So what kind of stroke I am going for? Once again, I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to write different types of strokes, right? So it shows me we have ischemic stroke, we have, we have thrombotic embolic, we have hemorrhagic stroke, intracerebral, subarachnoid, transient ischemic attack. We have other classifications as well. But from the main types of stroke, again, you can choose anything that you want, right? Either you can go with ischemic, you can go with hemorrhagic, but today I went with the ischemic stroke, right? I went with acute ischemic stroke. So once again, I'm going to come back and I'm going to write the area was neurology, the disease was stroke, and then I chose acute ischemic stroke, right? Now, okay, once you have select a disease, you have to read up on the available treatments, right? So here we have, choose neurology, we have choose stroke, then we have choose acute ischemic stroke. Now the third step is going to be you have to read up on the available treatments, right? So again, I am going to go here and I'm going to write treatment options for acute ischemic stroke, right? So if I'm gonna go there, or we can write what are the components of management components of treatment in acute ischemic stroke, right? So we want to see step by steps like what is it's involved. So you can see that the core evidence-based treatments are IV thrombolysis and endovascular thrombectomy. I'm like, okay, but this has been here for centuries, and definitely there are going to be tons of paper on this IV thrombolysis and endovascular. So I want to find something which is unique, right? So what I can do is we have some pre-hospital management, we have rapid ignition transfer, and then we have ED, and then we have revascularization, right? And then we have ICU, IV thrombolysis, right? Secondary prevention and rehabilitation. So you can see that, if I come down here, the thing that is mentioned is that is treatment of acute ischemic stroke is they want the rapid recanalization, preserving salvageable brain tissue and preventing complications. And then you can see we have like 3 4 5 secondary prevention and then rehabilitation as well. Now a part of treatment of in the management of acute um in the management of acute ischemic stroke. Okay, acute ischemic stroke is the neuroprotection as well, because while we are maintaining the blood flow and everything, you have to make sure your neurons are protected as well. Again, so we're gonna go again, and then we're gonna write neuroprotective adjunct treatment for acute ischemic stroke, right? So we can see here that they have, you know, um they have neuroproductive adjunct treatment for they have 3 APC, and then they have therapeutic hypothermia as well. They have other agent, they have uric acid, and then hypothermia, and then normobaric hyperoxygen hypothermia as well. So you can see that there are tons of topic. What I am trying to convey is if you follow these series of steps, right? All you have to do is you just have to Google, and then you have to build up on your topic. So you start from neurology, you select a disease, you read upon the available treatment, then you start building on your topics. In our case, we came upon that the treatment for the neuroprotective in acute neuroprotection in acute ischemic stroke is we follow a standard stroke management, and for the particularly neuroprotection we follow the minocycline, right? So we follow the minocycline as an adjunct therapy along with the standard stroke management for the neuroprotection in acute ischemic stroke, right? So again, while we are on it, our area was neurology, our disease was neuroprotection in acute ischemic stroke, right? The treatment that we follow for the neuroprotection is standard stroke management and minocycline as an adjunct therapy. And then from the standard stroke management, we pretty much know it's always thrombolysis, but we have to, have to find that something different from it. In this case, is the minocycline, right? We haven't really heard of using minocycline for the neuroprotection. So we here will be talking about the minocycline. So our treatment is going to be minocycline, right? And then if I come down, again, I'm just quickly going through the areas going to be neurology. Disease was the neuroprotection in acute ischemic stroke. The treatment was standard stroke management plus minocycline as adjunct therapy. And then for the treatment is we have minocycline. Now, till now, we have almost formed our research question. So what is our research question comes down to? Our research questions comes down to does minocycline reduce early neurological deficit severity compared with the placebo in acute ischemic stroke? Because our goal is the neuroprotection. Neuroprotection means you have to reduce the neurological deficits, right, in the acute ischemic stroke. That's how we come up with your research question, and then it comes down to your research topic will be we will be talking about, we will be doing a meta-analysis and a systematic review on neuroprotection potential of minocycline in acute ischemic stroke. It is going to be an updated systematic review and meta-analysis of clinical outcomes. What it means by an updated is recently in the February, right? The recent trial was published, where you can say, with a huge number of, they have their population with a huge number. So I think, when you include, your data has, increased number of population, this adds more value to your paper. So we kind of wanted to add that trial in your systematic review, so it quality can be increased like immensely. So once again, I'm repeating, your research topic is neuroprotective potential of minocycline in acute ischemic stroke, which is an updated systematic review and meta-analysis of clinical outcomes. So till now, if anybody has any question regarding this topic.
Yeah, can you just repeat this?
Repeat, sorry,
How
what?
did you come up with this idea, like updated version? It, hello?
Yes, yes.
There's something which is told that in February there was a trial that went and then
Yes,
suddenly
yes.
went off.
So, yes.
So
Y-
can you just repeat that?
so me and your other mentor, we were, working on the topic. So what I was saying is that there is a recent trial with a huge patient data that is released, that has been published recently, right? So we wanted to include that in our topic in order to increase its, validity and increase its value. Why? Because it mainly depends upon the number of patients you have included in your research, right? So the more number of patients that you have, that means the more valid or the more good results you are going to get. That's what I was trying to say. I hope that answer your question, right? Okay. So that's great. So if anybody has any other question, please you can turn on your mic, and then you're free to ask the question. Okay.
How many clinical trials have been done on this topic?
So I think there were four, there were five, and I think three of them did the outcomes on two, and two of them did an outcome on one. So what we're going to do is combine them along with the recent data that was, recent trial that was published, and combine them all together. We will be creating an updated meta-analysis on this particular topic.
And is it still being discussed whether there is an improvement in patients getting neurological deficits or not, or is it about dosing now and time that the minocycline is administered?
Yes, it's still about the potential of minocycline, because if it's like, if they're still publishing a trial, it means that they are still running their trials on this, the minocycline one, because the outcomes that we have decided on is, wait, let's just me quickly grab what are the outcomes we have decided on. So the outcomes were the to reduce early neurological deficit severity, right? And along with the scale that was being discussed as well, and the mortality. So you guys will be, dealing with the three outcomes on this, on the use of minocycline for the neuroprotection of in acute ischemic stroke.
Okay, and in the most recent clinical trial, did it show positive outcomes?
That you will find out. So that's about the nature of, yeah, that's about the nature of research, is because um, you are not in search of finding positive results. You're not in search of finding that it has to work out. It can go in the other way as well, right? So that you have to find out through the analysis, and that's going to be a surprise for everyone, I think, when you will be, plotting a forest plot on it. So does anybody has any other question?
Sorry, you kind of, I'm pretty sure so you say that most of your topic building's done through kind of picking a disease and then kind of looking for interventions, because it's kind of contrast. So obviously, like this paper, I would have thought hypothetically that you kind of built the paper off the Lancet publication that's just come through, because that's kind of how I've built meta-analyses in the past. You kind of read journals you're interested in, find new papers, look at the evidence that's currently available, and then see if there's an opportunity for systematic review from that.
Yes, that's a very good question. I think everybody has their different, way of approach to, kind of coming up with a research question. The one that I discussed today is for the people who don't know, how to come up with the research question from the journal. Because definitely when you reach a certain level of, you become experienced with time, like while you are doing the different kind of researches, then you can definitely, go through the journals and find the topic because that's how your mind is trained. But when you are very new to these things, I think it's better to take, to follow some certain easy steps so you can come up with a research question rather than, directly jumping into the hard level of just, reading the journals and coming up with your research topic. Definitely you can do that. Yes, there's nothing wrong. But I think what's my understanding is like, it's a bit harder way because for the people who haven't done anything at all, it becomes a little, difficult for them.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. All right.
Sorry, a quick question. So just so I understood this correctly. So in meta-analysis, are we reviewing the data evidence from several randomized controlled trials, and then we're comparing it to see if it's in relation to our research topic? Did I get that correct?
Yes, yes, you will be screening the particular sets of papers, right? They will be according to your topic. Then you will be analyzing their data, right? You will be running a whole analysis, and in the end, you will find out does minocycline actually helps with the neuroprotection or not. So yes, you will definitely be doing the papers, and then you will be comparing it against a placebo, not any other drug. So right now we are comparing minocycline against a placebo.
Right. And is there a specific timeline that we can't? So do we look up articles in the last 2 years or the last 3 years, or is there a specific timeline that?
Yes, yes, you have to. You have yes. The ideally is you have to look up for the papers in the last 5 years, right? But then again, we will definitely be discussing question. You are a bit ahead of your time right currently right now because we are going to discuss the timelines and everything in our subsequent lecture, right? Today is just was a very light lecture regarding the introduction, so you guys can understand when you look up at a meta-analysis and systematic review. So because which one is which? Because I have seen people they cannot differentiate between what is systematic review and what is a meta-analysis because how closely they are they seem to each other.
Right. Thank you.
Yes. So don't worry, we have everything ready for you guys, all the papers and everything, right? So for just follow along the lectures, which will bring again to my question. Now you guys know the topic. So what do you guys think that should we go ahead and submit it to the abstract to the conference on your behalf? Because I think it is going to be a good option because you will be getting double publication instead of one, right? First thing is that, and second thing is you don't have to worry about that you are going to be missing on any part because we are going to teach you everything, and in the end you will end up writing the abstract as well. So each and every one of you will end up writing the abstract as well. But the only problem will be by the time you do that, the confidence deadline will have passed. So I want everyone opinion in this regard. Like, should we go ahead with the submission, or what do you guys suggest?
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I think
First,
that at
I
least
appreciate the effort, and I think it's very thoughtful. So I think you should go ahead. Yeah, I think that's very thoughtful. So
Yes, okay.
Could we
Yeah,
see
I
the
think you all should go ahead
abstract?
with the.
Yes, yes, you definitely. Yes, so the deadline is on 25th of February. So on the 25th of February, we are gonna share the abstract with you, the submitted abstract, because of course, it will have your names and everybody's names and your emails as well in it. So of course, we have to share that with you.
what about the
Yeah, I
articles?
don't see any harm in it. I wouldn't mind if you guys would submit the abstract.
Okay,
What about
okay.
the articles?
No
Like
problem.
how
We
we could
can
find
move
the
on with the
articles?
abstract. It's okay.
All right, okay.
Sorry, so you've already ran an analysis, or are you planning to run one before you write the abstract? Like what stage are you at now in
Yes,
terms
yes,
of?
yes. We are currently extracting the data, so we'll be running the analysis probably tomorrow. And then I don't think so. After you do the analysis, it takes a lot of time to write an abstract. So we will be doing that. So everything is gonna be done before 25th of February. So we will be just submitting on 25th of February, and then we are gonna share that with you as well.
And is this SI is already registered on Prospero, or have you not done a Prospero registration?
Yeah, we can do the Prospero for the confidence submission. I don't think so. You need a Prospero registration, right? So
You don't.
after, yeah, so you don't. So when you do so we can submit it to the abstract, and then we can start working on the manuscript. So as soon as we start working on the manuscript, the first thing that we can do is register this topic.
Okay. Yeah.
About the
I have
authorship,
a
I'm confused. How would you define the authorship? How many people are there?
Yes,
I mean, there are like
yes. So
19 people in the group, and I think how many are today?
there
I
are
think
13.
15.
Yeah, there are 13 people in the group, while the other one are I think the people, the admin from IMG Helping Hand. So regarding the authorship, as I said, I am just here for the lectures part, so I'd have to confirm it from the admin, right? How about I'll confirm it quick from the admin, and maybe they can share the authorships with you guys, right? And so yeah, the admin, I think the admin will have some plan regarding the authorship. So what I wanted to convey is we are a bit tight on the schedule, because I don't want you guys to miss kind of this opportunity, because uh instead of having one publication, you guys will be having two publications, which adds to your CV as well.
Explain this. What do you mean by two publications? Like
Yeah,
written in conference.
so if you publish your topic in the conference, it's one. And when
Okay.
you published your manuscript in the journal, so it becomes double. So one, the published in the journal of the conference, and the other published in the journal of the full manuscript published in the journal of your choice.
Oh,
I have
okay,
a
okay,
question.
gotcha. So it
Yes,
Uh,
please go ahead.
Also, are we gonna discuss specific criteria for the analysis before writing abstract, or is it already set?
For the abstract, I'm going to repeat myself. For the abstract, the mentors, me and your other mentor, we are working on it. We have almost done everything, but we cannot want to share already with you, because we don't want to disrupt the pace of you guys learning the meta-analysis, right? Because we want to, to take you through every step so that you can absorb everything regarding the meta-analysis at your own pace. So at the end of this meta-analysis, you are very pretty much confident to, you know, to do your own analysis and to come up with your own topic and to, carry out the whole thing yourself. That's, I think, our goal is right now. So for at one end, we are actively working on the abstract. The only downside that happen is we happen to have a very little time for the submission of the abstract, right? Because if we miss this opportunity, I'm not sure when is another neurology conference coming up, right? So I don't think so. You should be missing that. And again, I'll repeat, do not worry. We are going to teach you, make you go through a hands-on experience on everything, on every part of the meta-analysis, right?
so when is the conference coming? I mean, the deadline is 25th of February. When is the conference and where is it?
So let me quickly check it's a World Neurology Conference. It's happening on World Neurology Congress. Let me check.
Is it still not so?
I can share the deadlines and everything with you right in the group. Just give me a minute. You
Yeah.
can open your WhatsApp group, and I must have shared it there. Yeah. So Yep. So can you see it in the group? I have shared the Neurology World Conference. You have um, a link with it as well.
Do we have an opportunity to partake in that conference? And if not, could we apply to a conference together with an abstract we create later on? So a different conference, just so we know how that all works and we also have an opportunity to partake.
Yeah. So if you, for example, if you have submitted an abstract to this conference, ethically you shouldn't be submitting it else somewhere else, right? Because once it get published in a particular conference, you cannot submit it again. That's how ethically it works, right? So, but God forbid, if it doesn't get accepted in this conference, then yes, you can definitely submit it to any conference happening later in this year. Okay,
Okay,
I think you.
so you and your team have already done the research on these clinical trials and you've come up with results, and based on that, you've already made this abstract.
Yes, we have no, we are currently in the phase of preparing, like, getting it ready. So your other mentor is currently working on that, the one that will be dealing with the paper, right? He's currently analyzing and everything. So because again, we don't want you to miss out on this opportunity, right? So that's why he's already working on it, but it's not like we will be, giving you yeah, we can share the abstract with you. You can, definitely read the results. But then again, at the same time, you don't know how we come up with those results, right? So you will be working with your own pace. Like every week, we're gonna have like 2 lectures, and then later in the week, your other mentor is going to divide the work among you, and you will be doing, work. So, but the only plus point will be you will have an abstract that has the possibility of getting published in a conference. And yes, you can go and present this conference as well, this particular paper, if it get accepted. Yes, you can do that.
So we're going to end up finding the same articles that you found with your team and doing pretty much the same analysis that you have already done.
Sorry, I don't
Yes.
understand your question.
Well, because you've already found these articles, you've gone through the clinical trials, and you've already done the analysis yourself
Mhm.
with your team, are we pretty much just doing that all over again together?
We came up with this topic for you guys. So we didn't come up with, this topic for ourselves or anything. We came up with this topic for you guys, right? And as a mentor and as a, responsibility of the mentor has to have everything ready on their part, because because you guys are at the learning stage, and then pretty much there are chances you can, create mistakes that can create a bias and everything. The topic was for you guys. The abstract is for you guys. Again, the downside that happened is we happened to fall short on time. So again, if you guys don't want the abstract to get submitted to the conference, we can definitely do that. We can stop everything at this stage, right? We can stop everything. We won't be, writing anything or writing any abstract. But then again, there is like you can miss the conference. So again, you have to choose like what you guys want. So if you want to do the analysis and everything yourself, you want to go through every step yourself, that can happen as well. But the downsides will be you won't have double publication. You will have only single. So that will happen.
I'm okay with I'm okay with it. So we can poll it. How about doing a poll rather than, obviously people have different opinions. So how about doing poll and who are interested can go for it for that.
Well, I don't have a different opinion. I'd like it submitted. I was just wondering
Mhm.
how we would be contributing, but I would like to submit to the
The
conference.
thing is, I think what you are thinking currently right now is you think we will be skipping on the analysis and the data extraction in different parts just because we are doing the work for you. No, that's not going to happen. You will be doing each and everything. Everybody right here in this lecture will be doing the every part of the manuscript from the introduction all the way to discussion to referencing to analysis to making the forest plot, everything. The only thing is, do you guys want to get the abstract submitted? Abstract is just this little bar, just the summary of your whole paper. The manuscript has around 5,000 to 6,000 words. It doesn't even compare to the abstract. Abstract is just a summary of everything. The decision or the thing that you guys have to make is either you want it submitted. If you want it submitted, we can do that. The other thing is, because again, it's not technically possible if I keep, like, suppose it's today is 21st of like February in the time zone I am in, um we have to get it submitted till 25. So even if I take back to back lectures and if you guys are doing, work all day and night, I don't think so still you guys will be able to submit it to the abstract and run the analysis and everything, right? Because we have to equally involve everything. So there is not on one person involved. There are 12 of you people involved, 12 or 13 of you. So we have to take into consideration everyone, involve everyone. Because yes, some of you might have, research experience, but most of people here they don't. So we have to take them with us as well. We have to make them understand everything as well, so eventually they know the every step as well. So again, please don't understand that we are just doing everything already and you will be missing on any part. No, that's not going to happen. You will be pretty much doing everything yourself. The only thing, yes, you can know is you will already know the results. Yeah, that can happen. So yep.
I have a quick
Okay.
question. I think the submission to the conference is really nice. It's a great opportunity. I'm just wondering, on the website it says early bird abstract submission ends 25th of February and first round abstract. So what's the difference between early bird and first round abstract submission? Because the first round is 25th of March. That's my question. That's all.
I think it says early bird registration. It's basically you registering for the conference if you want to attend the conference, right? That's registration. And then it says, early bird abstract submission is 25th of February, right? So the other, I think they have other two submissions as well, which is on 25th of March, and the other one is 25th of August. So yeah, again, I can see that like you have 25th of March 2026 as well. Once again, I was just given this deadline to the admin team, right? So what do you guys suggest? Do you want to submit it on 25th of February or do you want to submit it on 25th of March?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the early bird is due to, so if you submit it earlier, there's less of a fee for the submission if they're charging for one, or it's tied to membership. I think ideally, we could do at least allow maybe suggestions. Like obviously some people might not want to, and they might be, quite very new to meta-analysis. They might just want to look at it. But once you've written the abstract, if you could share it with us and allow us to make suggestions, because like for myself, I've written abstracts for meta-analysis before. I could then go ahead, look at the papers you've used, do my own analysis, and if I have a difference, then if I do it in RStudio and say you did it in RevMan, I could then see if there's a difference. Because then at least there's kind of everybody can contribute at the level that they want to. If you get what I mean? Because otherwise it's kind of like you and Dr. Yangi have kind of done it, and then we'll kind of come on. I think it's Dr. Yangi. We'll kind of come on and kind of just look at it and then kind of reconstruct what you did, which is kind of like a second run through, if you get what I mean.
Yes, definitely. I think that's a very good
Excuse me.
suggestion.
I
Yes,
think
yes.
the 25th February is okay. I think it's competitive and something. So early bird means it's. I think number one, we are doing this in our best interest, and we've already explained extensively that no matter what level, whether expert or basic level, you get to input at the manuscript stage. So I think it's once it's in our best interest, you've put in all the work. Why extend it further? So I think that's fine.
Right, right. I definitely get your point as well. So how about I can create a poll, right? If you want it submit on 25th of February, or if you want get it submitted on 25th of March, again, up to you guys, right? You can decide for yourself. And yes, we will be sharing the abstract with you. We will be sharing um uh just the abstract. So I don't want to share, all the sheets and everything with you guys because that's just going to create a bias, right? So I'm going to share the abstract definitely with you guys. You can have a look at it, and then we can, if you guys want, we can make a submission on 25th of February. But if you guys want to extend it, again, it's up to you because we want to give you like, because it's your topic, it's your manuscript. We want to give you um as much authority as we can, like what you want to do, how you want to handle it. So, yep.
In terms of the poll of asking whether we want to submit it in February or the March deadline, could we first see the abstract and then vote?
Yes, so for the abstract, as I said, we are currently on data extraction part, right? So because if, again, to build an abstract, it does take time as well. So currently we are, extracting the data. It will be took us a day to run the analysis and write the abstract as well. So the maximum we can share the abstract is you either uh, in the morning of 25th of February, or I can request your the other mentor as well to, share it with you on 24th of February as well. So the maximum he can share with you is on 24th of February, and then maybe you can, have a look at it. But again, it takes some times as well. So uh, he has to work on the, analysis part as well.
Is it just him doing the analysis, or are you planning to do the analysis as well?
Yes, so basically we first of all we both of us kind of approved the topic, right? Because we wanted to be sure like we are coming up with a very new and a very good topic. So we both did that. And then I am helping him a little bit with the data extraction part, and then he can run the analysis, and then he can write the abstract because I am mainly here to take the lectures to make you understand the different aspects of the meta-analysis, just like the lecture that I delivered. And he is the one responsible for the abstract, for the manuscript, for the everything. So he wanted me because I am the first one taking the lecture because he is currently working. So we want to give him a bit of his time as well, right? So because I am the first mentor you are getting introduced to, so he wanted me to convey this to you guys. So whatever you guys decide, we can definitely, go with that.
Yeah, I'm happy for Dr. Yangi to do the analysis and write it, but I'm sure he's probably doing an incredible job. If you could share like the RIS file, unextracted, and at any point, because then at least even if we don't get to the abstract till the 24th, we can have a look at the papers, and anybody that has maybe a bit more experience with meta-analysis could kind of have a look at what we're expecting, what were the, which studies might have heterogeneity or high ROB, and kind of work out how like, sensitivity is being managed in when we actually do see the abstract.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I just have to have a conversation with the other mentor, and then whatever he sends me, I can do that definitely. Okay, so are you guys happy with your topic? What do you guys think of your topic? I think it's a very good one.
Yeah, I think it's a very
I think it's a
interesting
very good
topic.
one.
It's a really good
Mhm.
choice.
Yep, I
I
think
think
so
it's a
as
new
well.
topic, so yeah, probably it will get accepted.
Yeah,
So
hopefully
we
it will
can
get
go with it.
accepted. Okay, so does anybody has any other question?
Yes, I have one question. Firstly, are we gonna get this recording? Like I mean, these classes recording, are we gonna get it?
Yes, definitely
Or
you're
it's
gonna
just
get the
live?
recordings. Yes, you're gonna get the
Perfect.
recordings.
Do we have class tomorrow as well at the same time? Like
Yes, you got
five weekly
yes.
classes, right?
Yes, you guys have two back-to-back lectures. The first one was today, the second one is going to be tomorrow at the same time. Then we can for the next week we can maybe discuss if you guys want to have back-to-back lectures. I will suggest it is like the best way to have the lectures on the weekends. So you guys have time for the rest of the week. You can take your time to do your work, everything. So that way you will not only get wrapped up with the lectures early, but you will have more time to work on your manuscript as well. So yeah.
Yeah, because I want to have a fixed schedule, like to mark my calendars. Like, is it like Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. PST, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah,
And yeah,
but
we can if someone has, a bit of have like we basically do a poll every week. We can have a poll every week. So whatever majority goes with, we can do that. So everybody is compatible with it. Okay, so any other question? So yeah, there are certain things that I want to make clear as well. Again, I want to clear my part for this particular meta-analysis. Again, I am just here to take your lectures, right? To make you understand different things. You can ask as many as questions as you can from me. But if you talk about how the authorships is going to happen, do you need to take the classes, how the authorships is gonna recognized, and how you will be writing the manuscript, who will be dividing the work, who will be taking which part. Everything is going to be determined by your other mentor, right? So he will be ranking you equally, right? Again, at one end, taking these lectures are very important because the admin team is constantly scoring you, right? So the more lectures you took, the more good the work that you have done. Individual, everyone is giving equal marks regarding that. So if you do good work, if you have, maintain a good attitude, you have done, a splendid job compared to the other, you have done your work on time, your mentor don't have to go through your section again and again, that gets you marked more high than to the person who had to be get reminded again to get their work done, to the person through whose section you have, like, the mentor has to go through again and again to refine it, to add comments and everything. So that's how the authorship is going to get it remind, right? So the more involved that you are, the more score that you have, the higher the authorship you're gonna get. So I hope I'm clear on that point. Again, if you don't understand anything in the lectures, I am the person you will be reaching out to. But if you have any question regarding your manuscript, your task division, your abstract, your journal, the other mentor is going to get introduced, right? And then you have to direct your question regarding the manuscript to him. So I hope I have made myself very clear here. If anybody has any question on this.
Do you have a rough timeline in terms of when you would like things to be done by?
Okay, so I can provide you the lectures, the schedule I have for the lectures, right? But unfortunately, as I said, for the manuscript, the other mentor is gonna take over, and then he can provide you the schedule when he gets the work done. But again, we don't want to overwhelm you as well. So what we want to do is, for example, I have teach you the screening that's supposed, like in this lecture, in the coming lecture, your mentor has given you 3 days to do, like, for example, to you we have given 20 papers, so you have to do the screening of those 20 papers in next 3 days. That's going to be a deadline. So we want to, don't overwhelm you with all at once by by putting that, okay, so you have to do this work in this week, this work in this week. We want to give you a little task, so it also gives you a sense of achievement, and then you are getting the work done at the same time. No, you are going to enjoy it. I usually enjoy the meta-analysis. Like, it's like one of my favorite. I think it's very easy once you know how to, done it. Yep. So does anybody has any other question?
Sorry, I have a question. What will be tomorrow's agenda?
Yeah,
Like, since we
so
have a class
tomorrow.
tomorrow as well.
Yes, we have a class tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to discuss, we will just quickly going through a systematic review and a meta-analysis, the one that are already published, just some random ones. So you guys have on hands like idea like how it basically looks like. Second thing will be we will be going through the methodology section. Third thing will be we will be forming your the PICOS. That is basically the whole framework of your research question. So we will be forming PICOS, and then after that, m- probably I think two or three of you guys you will be doing the PICOS, and then you will be doing the search on the on the PubMed, on the Google Scholar, we can skip that, and then Cochrane, right? So we can, choose 2 to 3 people who will be doing the whole search thing, and then after that, your mentor will jump in, and yeah. So mm, for tomorrow, your task is probably going to be, coming up with the whole, the PICOS and everything.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so does anybody has another question?
Doctor, this is I have a question about like AARA course lecture that you have introduced us to listen and take please. So is it technical problems solved, or when are we gonna able to?
Yeah, you can
Yes.
tag Dr. Sally. She usually deals with it, so she can guide you better on that.
Thank you.
If anybody has any other question. Okay, so I just want to repeat for my own clarity. So you guys want the files to be shared with you, which I think it's not a good idea because it's going to create a bias for your screening. So what do you guys think? Should we share the papers or the sheets with you? Because I think that's going to create a bias. You won't be able to carry out the screening, yourself. So I think you should skip the sheets part. We can, provide you with the abstract. You can definitely, have a look at the abstract and everything, right? And then you can decide if you want to go ahead with the submission on 25th of February or on 25th of March. All right. And then hopefully I can create a poll and then you guys can decide. So are we guys okay with that? All right, that's great. So I'm going to wrap up my lecture here. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. And I hope you have understood the lectures and you have understood your research question. I think it's one of the great topic. And then we are going to what we have decided is I'm going to share the abstract with you, not going to share the sheets with you because that's going to create a bias for the screening. Um, I'm going to share the abstract with you. You guys can have a look at the abstract, and then I'm going to create a poll. You guys can select from the poll whatever you want to go with, like whatever option that you want to go with, and then hopefully we'll have a good outcome, and that will be it. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a good day, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.